In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Rules, rules, rules. Wherever we go, we do have to follow the rules. If at all we want to avoid the bad things, certain bad things in our life, obviously we have to know what are the rules, or we have to devise our own rules. Okay, that's fine. And we have to follow those rules as well. If at all we want to protect ourselves from the diseases, from this thing, from this, from the financial bankruptcy, from the bad relationship, whatever, we need to know the rules and we need to follow those rules as well. Okay. Now, I think there are also the rules for the success as well. There are the rules for the success as well, and we need to identify, we need to know, and we need to follow those rules as well. So today we are going to talk about a very beautiful article, and the article has been written, authored by whom? It has been authored by Stephen C. Hayes, Ph.D. Maybe I'm unable to pronounce the name properly, but the article and the content of the article I shall like to put forward in front of you in a very exact manner. And the article's theme is the article's caption is 13 rules of success. Here is how to pursue and achieve your goals. Here is how to pursue and achieve your goals. 13 rules of success. Beautiful article, and I'm going to put forward all of these rules in front of you. First of all, the learned author says, care, care about, the first one is care about the process and not just the outcome. The outcome is very important, but the process should also be taken care of. If at all there is something unethical, it must be avoided. If at all there is something below our dignity, we must avoid it. Not only that we have to look upon the outcome, we do have to look upon the outcome. We cannot afford to ignore it at all, but at the same time we need to look upon the process as well, and the process should also be taken care of. Number 2, fail by action and not inaction. There are people who don't try, and they do, obviously they have failed, and these people are not the good people at all. They people are not doing the right thing according to the success rules gurus. And here the author says, if you have tried and failed, I think that is good, no problem. You will definitely learn something out of that, and it will help you a lot in your next attempt, either here or at any other place as well. But if at all you have failed by inaction, you have done something absolutely wrong, and that is not good thing at all. And to change your attitude, and try well. If you fail, it's okay, you will definitely learn certain thing. If you succeed, then you will achieve the two things, the learning on the one hand, and obviously the very good outcome on the other hand. Number next is, the next is, say yes easily and mean it. If at all, some of the people I have seen, you might have seen as well, you definitely will be knowing certain people who are, who are not cooperative people at all. On the very trivial and unimportant thing, they are seen, not cooperating, and they are seen resisting and generating the conflicts. That is not a good thing at all. It does not it mean that a person is not a person of good nature at all. But if at all there is certain important thing, and we do have to say no, and I think then, okay. But at the moment we are talking about, the author says, say yes easily and you mean it. If at all there is a trivial or something very unimportant, and we can do it according to, according to the person who is demanding a kind of cooperation from us. The next thing is, say no easily and mean it. If at all, there are certain unethical things, and there are certain things which may lead to the wrong sort of consequences, then not only that we need to say no, and you need to say it you need to say it confidently, and we need to stick to that. If at all it could lead to the bad results, considerably bad results, or if it is something which is quite unethical, which is an unethical thing, we need to learn to say no, and we mean it at the same time. Okay. The next is, work with others and share easily. Working as a team, it means a lot. If at all, I mean, if at all you are a leader, then you should form your own team. If at all you can become a good member of a group, you should do that. And I think that we should be doing that. Working, it is said, it is a very beautiful, beautiful phrase which says, that if you want to walk fast, walk alone, but if you want to walk far, work with the people, work with the friends. So in keeping in view that thing, I am of the view that it is far better, it is far more important, if at all we are, you know if at all we are, work with the people, work with others and share easily. And they need also, we need to share properly, we need to give them their right. The next is keep your commitments. Keeping the commitments, very very important. I mean, if at all we fail to if at all we fail to meet, if at all we fail to keep the commitment, it will actually mean that we are the person of very weak will, and our reputation will be spoiled, and we shouldn't be spoiling our reputation at all. Because the Robert Greene says that so much depends upon reputation, and guard it with your life, means sacrifice your life even if at all you have to you are you while maintaining your commitments. It is so important, so important. The next is, be accountable for yourself and the group you are in. Be accountable. Mean, I should be held accountable. I should be prepared to put forward myself, my accountability, wherever it is needed. And if at all I'm attached with the group, and I should also take responsibility, partial responsibility. If the group I'm working with is the wrong one, it is far better to leave. And otherwise, if it is the right one, I should put forward not only me but my group as well, for the sake of accountability. Important. And the next is, acknowledge your own power and behave accordingly. Acknowledge your own power and behave accordingly. That is really really important. Mean ke we, each one of us has been gifted with certain talents, capabilities, potential, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted us with plenty of talents and capabilities and so on. I think that we need to keep we need to take advantage. We need to identify it first, and we need to identify it as first. We need to start working in that line, and we need to take the advantage, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us with that much of the talents and the capabilities which are really really important for us. The next is, you know the next is, acknowledge your own finitude and behave accordingly. Not only that we have to identify our talents and capabilities and potential and so on, also we do have to acknowledge that I'm limited here at this point. And we should also be seen acting accordingly. We have been given with certain talents, capabilities, resources, but we don't possess everything else. We don't have every sort of talent, we don't have every sort of skill, we don't have every sort of resource. So as far as finitude is concerned, we should also be aware of it, our limits. We should be aware of our limits, and we should be behaving, we should be acting accordingly as well. Okay. The next is, the next is the next is, network with your batters. We do have to network. Today is the age of the networking. Networking is important. We do have to move with certain type of people, but these people should be, if at all, we should try to have the better people in our network. Those better people will be having a very pleasant and very useful effect upon our personality. We will be growing, developing, and we will becoming more and more skilled, if at all we are moving with those people, with the better people. Then the next is, guard your integrity. Guard your integrity. Integrity is more important than anything else at all. Integrity is more important than anything else at all. Okay. My dear friends, see, I think that if at all a person is not having the integrity, to be true, he don't have anything at all, because everything else will be used negatively. So integrity is, first and foremost, and no compromise at all upon the integrity. And it is the first and the foremost thing we should be very much committed to create in ourselves, to strengthen and to consolidate in ourselves. Thank you. The next is, the next is Say the next is open your mail, return your phone calls, keep your desk clean. That is actually getting organized. I mean, if at all somebody has sent a text to you on the WhatsApp and on the email, and whatever it is better to read, to go through it. If it is personal to you, if it is a general type of group, we people are participating, we are the participants of many other groups. So in that groups, it is not important to read everything else. But if at all it is a personal, or if at all it is a group with whom we are working, in that context we need to read all, and we need to reply, and we need to also return the we need to call back if at all we have missed a call, and we need to keep our workplace clean and organized. So these are the 13 rules of success, and here is how to pursue and achieve your goals. Very important, very useful article indeed, and it has been authored by Stephen C. Hayes, Ph.D. Thank you. Jazakallah.